Hi everybody, this is Silvia. Welcome back to my channel. So today, I'm sorry, I'm sick again. I'm actually getting over whatever I had, but so you'll kind of hear me stop, and that's the reason why. I'm just trying to compose myself before I start getting a cough attack. But I wanted to share this project with you that I've been working on. Like I mentioned, I had been sick, so I was literally at home just in bed because it was just really bad. So I barely just started crafting. I think it was yesterday a little bit, because I just had this constant headache. But I actually started, whenever I was able to, I would watch videos just to kind of inspire myself back into wanting to do stuff. So I did come across a lot of videos in regards to like doing junk journals and stuff like that. So for this little project, I actually used my Craft Smart paper pad from the Romantic Garden paper pad. So I ended up picking that out and using that for this. There's no specific like tutorial that I followed or that I kind of looked at. I just kind of wanted to do I did see a video of somebody that was using their leftover envelopes, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So what she did is, and I'm trying to remember who it was, but I'll probably link it in the description box. I'm gonna make a note so that I don't forget. But she did a tutorial. It's so cool. It's on doing junk journals. And I'm sorry, I'm making a note so I don't forget, because it was so cool. So pretty much what she's doing is she uses the envelopes, which I had never thought about using, and she pretty much reuses them. So she does them into books. So she pretty much does this. So I kind of looked at what I had, and I kind of started saving some of the ones that I have to kind of do something like that. But hers is, she was actually using Mod Podge on this with not newspaper, but book pages. So I have a lot of book pages that I tore up when I was doing so it's like these, and I have a lot of them. So I was like, oh, I think that's a good idea. So she Mod Podges these, and she does a junk journal out of it. So I'll link that in the description box because I thought it was so cool. But that was one of the things that I wanted to do, but I was not, like, it was too much for me to do something that I haven't done before. But I definitely am gonna try it. But anyway, so that pretty much, I wanted to get to do some of these. So I don't have any actual like measurements on this, to be honest. I was kind of eyeballing it. Excuse me. So this one here is about 9 inches. 9 by, oh, it's not even, you see, it's not even like, it's like 7, almost 7, I don't know, 7 3/4. That's what it's on. I would say maybe almost 8. But I ended up using a paper pad. I cut it down, and then you know what I did? I didn't fold these, so I didn't leave enough space for these. I actually cut these out like a little square. So like, let's say it was a little square, and I just put it on here and I glued it. And what I did when I cut the rectangles, I just kind of made a little slit on the side. And let me show you kind of what I did. So I'm trying to see here. So let's just say this was that doesn't help because it's, oh no, it does. So I pretty much did this, and what I did is I just clipped off the little corner. So I just kind of did this, and it's up to you. I mean, I just kind of did it this way. And then I just glued it on here, and that was pretty much it. So it's like me gluing this on here. And I just gluing it on here, and then I just rounded the corner. And then I just had the little flap, because I really didn't think about it, to be honest. I was just kind of like, oh, what am I doing? I didn't know what I was doing. And so I just kind of added, this is the cover. This is going to be the cover. And then I added some just regular printer paper. So I added some pink and then a white. And then I added another of the paper pad, and I did the same thing. But this, what I noticed is that when I started adding them in here, they would start coming out like this. So it's gonna be longer than the actual the cover. So what I started doing, to be honest, was I would just cut, and I would start, once I cut everything the same size as this, I ended up going back and cutting them down. So now you see, if it would have been the same size, like let's just pull this apart. If it would have been the same size, like look, this is not the same size. I had to trim off, you see, if you notice, there's a little piece here. And even if I put it over, like it's not the same size, it's a lot shorter. So I did that purposely because it wasn't gonna fit. So I cut them all the same size, and then at the end, when I put everything in the order that I wanted to, I kind of looked and I would see if what was coming out, and I would go back and just slice a little bit off. That's what I was doing, because otherwise they were all gonna be sticking out. Excuse me. So from this one, I did the same thing, but at this one, I didn't. These were pretty much leftovers of these. So what I did is I just left it the same size. I didn't even cut this because it was already gonna be short, and I just rounded the corner. So I added that, and I kind of stuck to adding paper. So then I added another piece of white paper, and then I told you that I have a lot. I literally have a lot of these because I did I think it was like over a year ago, because it wasn't last Christmas. I don't even think it was probably 2 years ago. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember it being not this December, but not even the last December. I was doing some they were like books, altered books, and I did 2, maybe even 3, and I ended up taking out all those pages. So now I have a lot of these leftover pages that I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. So what I did here, I just pretty much glued them together like this, and then I just folded it in half. I think what I would suggest next time, because if you notice the paper kind of bubbles up, is that I would first fold this in. It's the same thing. It's kind of like the pages, just weird. It's weird. It's just kind of, I would fold this, and then I would go ahead and glue it together. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm creating pockets on the side. So that's what I did. But you could totally tell, like, the pages are like not flat. It's weird, but I really don't care. It's not gonna bother me. I mean, it might bother me, but it's okay. It's the first time I do this. So it's pretty much gonna have pockets on each side. So I'm gonna put that in there as well. And then I added another pink one and another white paper, just printer paper. And then this is where I pretty much use this envelope idea. So I ended up, so it's pretty much a regular envelope. And what I did is I ended up making this a pocket. So it's literally an envelope. You can see it there. I wasn't sure what I wanted to go with it. And then I couldn't round the corner anymore, so I had to do it with my scissors, and it's bothering me that it's not really rounded. So what I did is I pretty much covered this side. You can see right there, there's a little bit of this still here of the envelope. So I ended up covering this with just one of the regular sheets, the leftover paper. And then this is the other leftover, so this is from the cover. And then on this, I'm so sorry. So for this, I ended up using those horrible little strips that are left over at the end of the pages. So I had a lot of these. So I just used this because I'm like, what do I do with this? I feel like I should do something with them. So I did this, and I watched the video, and I think it was the same person that I told you that the envelope junk journal. There's a thing where she does ribbons, which I have one right here. She pretty much folds those strips, and she just does like ribbons, but she actually sews it with her machine. I did this one with glue. So that's kind of what I did, but she has a lot of ideas. She's pretty cool. I can't remember the name right now. I probably should put it up, so I'll put it up. That way I can, you can see who she is and check out her videos, because she has a lot of cool videos. I swear she does. So anyway, so that's what I used here, and then I used this washi tape just because there was a gap in between there. So I ended up putting a little bit of glue, that way I would keep it down. And then I keep trying to open this because this is where the original opening is, but I put double-sided tape here to keep it down from opening, so it's only going to open on this side. And then I used those So the paper pad has these, you know, the ones that comes like with different little, I don't know what these are called, but they're like these random little strips that come together. So I cut one of those out and I added it here. And I already told you about the other side. So that one's gonna go in here, and I am gonna do the sewing method on this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in there. I kind of debated on whether I'm gonna glue this down or not, but I think I'll figure it out once I add it on there and see how that's gonna work. Now on this one I did different. So what I did on this is I used 4 pages of those sheets. So 2 of them make one sheet. So what I did is I did 2 of them. I glued like this. And that's 1 page, that's one side. And then the other side, it's 2 other pages that are like that. So what I did is I glued them together. And because this wasn't going to be able to glue bend right where the glue was, I ended up folding it where they kind of actually met. So that if you notice, there's a line here. And then there's a line here, like obviously the other side of the other side of the pages. So I glued them there, and I glued the top and the bottom, so it makes 2 other pockets. So that's what you get right there. So that's what I did. That was pretty simple, and I thought, oh, I was trying to figure out how to make like the page go the other way, so that was the only way I could figure out how to do that. And then I added another pink paper, and then thank goodness these came in. So I had been looking for these in Daiso. I looked for them in Hobby Lobby and I couldn't find them. And these are the glassine bags, I think that's what they're called. They make a lot of noise, but this is what I ordered, and it just came. I ordered it yesterday from Amazon and they just came in. So I'm gonna throw that in here as well. And then also I added a third from that collection. I added another 3rd page, and on this one what I did is I just put the pockets on the side. So just for you to insert something that, you know, random. I don't know what I'm going to insert on there. And then that's pretty much it. So now the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bind it together. And I'm actually just going to decorate it. So I'll go ahead and do that in speed motion. That way you don't have to sit here and listen to me talking about it. But that's pretty much what I came up with. If you want to see how it ends up, just continue to watch.